Welcome to this video, in which what I really like to do is make some basic introductions. Introducing myself, Smiley's Consulting, the company Earned the Right, and answer some very basic questions which I'm sure lots of you have got in your mind, those being some of them. Okay, so to start with, James McConnell, Smiley's Consulting. We are a consulting company. We specialise in this business. I've actually been in the business in excess of 35 years. Firstly, for a large company, and worked all over the UK, in North America, both Canada and the US. Worked in mainland Europe. I branched out about 15 years ago. Went out on my own and started a consulting business, which over the years I've built a substantial client base and deal with lots of different companies in different places, dealing with sales, really. Predominantly sales and looking after customers. It's the same thing. Okay, so what's Earn the Right all about? What is it? Okay, what I'd like to do is introduce a number of very simple principles under which Earn the Right has been developed. There are two basic sales out there. There's a push sale and a pull sale. You can trying to push a customer into something, or you can make it easy for them to come towards you. Pulling's a lot easier than pushing. Because what I do know is customers love to buy, they hate to be sold to. And ultimately, I believe all of us are in sales, have been all our lives. Example, go to McDonald's, 6 o'clock, Saturday night, look around. I promise you there are very, very few adults there who decided that that was where they really wanted to go for their dinner on a Saturday night. Okay, so we've been in sales all our life. Another misconception about sales is that it's the gift of the gab, it's all about talking. It's not. The secret is to listen, is to have our customers talk to us and to be able to listen. Now, in order to listen, we have to build a relationship with customers based on trust. A very simple definition of sales in my mind, which is sort of global, which is if we establish a relationship based on trust, we can then build an understanding of what is important to a person. Once we understand that, then we can present ideas and products that matches their desired outcome. In my mind, that's sales. And that, I believe, really relates to every style and type of relationship, whether that be professional or not. And because of that, the beauty of what I'm going to talk to you about in the coming videos is that the skills we're going to talk about, I believe, are completely transferable. Basics: understand a person's current situation, where they are right now, how they would like that to be different. And the way we do that, build the relationship based on trust, because that's the easiest route by which we can get them to talk and us to listen. Okay, so that's what we want to achieve. How can Earn the Right help? How does that assist in that? The basics of Earn the Right. It's a process. It is a process of steps designed looking from a customer's point of view. There are tools and steps to make that as easy as possible. Because when we have the customers and confidence and trust, they will allow us to lead. They'll allow us to decide how the conversation is going to go. The key is they set the speed. They're the driver, okay? But ultimately, it's us that chooses the route. Okay. Why process? Why a process? There are a number of reasons in my mind why process is important. Number one, a process can be repeated. You can do it time and time again. It also means that if we have a process, the customers have a consistent experience no matter who within the team or who within the company they deal with. It can be measured. if we do the same thing time and time again. Funny enough, number one, we get better at it, we practice. Number two, from a coaching point of view, from a management point of view, we can see how we can help and how we can coach individuals to become better. Because it's built around a series of prompts and tools that make it very simple to follow. And because it's simple to follow, what that allows us to do is to concentrate on what our customers are saying. And by being able to do that, we can judge and gauge sort of where we're going, how well is this working, okay? And once we do that, then we can also concentrate on what is really important to them. It's all about the relationship. A question for you, answer in your own mind. How many of you watching this have ever bought a car from a dealership? I would imagine a fair proportion. How many of you have ever bought more than one car from the same dealership? And I would imagine that's quite a different number. And why is that? Well, in my mind, that is because car purchase has become more and more transactional. And unfortunately, car dealers in most instances don't understand it's about the relationship. They think it's all about the money. Now, when a purchase becomes transactional, then the biggest driver of that becomes price. This is not a game that we want to play, because quite frankly, we are not and will never be the cheapest, and that's not a field we want to play in. Because in our business, I believe our business is quite unique. I've looked around and researched and thought about it, and over the years, the relationships or the whatever I've had with businesses, and I don't know anything. I don't know another one like our business. We start off by taking a family and we sell them a box, and a lifestyle for not an insubstantial amount of money. Frequently, those people will then have a monthly payment because they've funded that purchase, okay? So they have an outgoing monthly. And then on a relatively regular basis, we then send them quite a large invoice for the annual fees, for the running costs. So when that happens, it means that the customer, the family, must regularly say to themselves, I have to do this bank transfer, pay this check, do whatever. Am I getting value for money from this product? Am I happy with the way this company is treating me? When they are, it's brilliant. The other thing that I think is quite unique is I don't know another business where actually the customers come to us on a regular basis. They come to our resorts, our parks, and they spend their holiday time, their vacation, their weekend. We see them on an extremely regular basis. So they get a regular bill. They have to question whether they're getting value for money, whether they enjoy the product, and they get to see us on a regular basis. I don't have another product like that. Okay, so it's quite unique. In these videos, in any form of selling, there are basically two sets of skills, okay? And I relate it to a bicycle, the back wheel and the front wheel. The back wheel of the bicycle, as we all know, that gives us propulsion. It gives us speed, and really in this example, what I suggest to you, that those back wheel skills are our technical skills, okay? And by technical, I mean, do we understand how funding packages work? Do we understand our fees, when they're payable, how they're payable, what are the payment options? What are the rules around ownership, okay? What can customers do and not do? What entertainment do we have? How does the water and the sewer work, and when does the reception open? If we've got facilities, do they need passes? How do they do it? Can their friends come? Can they sublet or go on some form of rental program? It's all that technical stuff, okay? I'm really not going to touch on that in these videos, because the reality is that's factual. You can look it up in a book, you can see the printed material, you can learn it that way. What I am going to talk about, and almost exclusively in these videos, is what I call the front wheel. Now, front wheel, we know that on a bicycle gives us direction. It's how we steer, okay? Turns out the brakes on it too. So the front wheel skills are our interpersonal skills. How we react to customers. What are the skills and processes that we have to ensure that in every interaction we have with customers, we get the very, very best from that interaction, continuing to build that relationship. Okay, so hope you found that interesting so far. We're at the end of this video. What I will say to you, unfortunately, I'm not going to make you the very best salesperson that ever stepped on the planet. But what I hope to do on each of these videos is every time just get you that little bit better. Thanks.